Hey everybody, Omar here, your knife with a party guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you. And today we're going to be revisiting this particular South African knife because when I did this video last time, the lighting was really bad. And I couldn't get good lighting on it, and I just really felt that the knife, for its size, is quite unique. And also the fact that it's a really small knife and a full dress piece. So let's just go ahead and get back into this knife one more time with a little better lighting. Hopefully you guys can get a better shot at this knife. So this knife is made by Hennie du Plesis, a South African knife maker. There's his hashtag #BlitzaBlade. You can check him out on Instagram. This guy has only been making knives for about 8 years professionally. He is in the South African Guild, so his work is, starting to come up on its own. And right now, he's actually doing his best work. He's at the peak of his creativity as a knife maker, and I really believe this guy's going to go somewhere if we could just, maybe have more promotion on him. So hopefully this video will help. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The name of this knife, believe it or not, was actually named by me. So if you want to purchase one of these, you can find this on his on his Instagram. It used to be called the Yaga folder, and now it's, because of me, he's decided to go ahead and call it the Rocket, which is what I thought would be a much more better name for it. He agreed. So now the name of the knife is called the Rocket. So let me give you guys a good quick shot at this knife. So as you guys can see, the lighting is probably a little bit better than last time where you couldn't see it at all. So very quickly, we have a marble carbon fiber handle for this piece with a Damascus bolster and pocket clip. Also, we have a Damascus backspacer. The pivot looks like it's some sort of a forged pivot with these, it's in blue with a silver ring around it, and we've got a sort of like these craters in the knife, and the blade is Damascus. This is a front flipper piece. Now what makes this knife so unique is the fact that it's very small and a full dress piece. You don't see a lot of small full dress pieces. And, Hennie du Plesis, because he's like in his creative spark right now, he's making all kinds of knives with all different types of materials. So this is probably the best time to get this guy. The action on this, it's not on ceramic bearings, it's on regular steel ball bearings. However, I have received word from Hennie du Plesis that from this point on, all of his knives will have ceramic ball bearings. He's currently experimenting with it. The different size and shapes of the ceramic ball bearings he's going to be using in his knives, so he can get comfortable with executing that portion of the knife, because obviously action is quite important. One thing I gotta say about Hennie is that the case on this is just, it's hard leather. It's got this sort of like this sheep's foot on the inside of it. Really nice casing. For what you're getting, it's just really nice. I don't think some of the top knife makers, South African knife makers I know, don't put out cases like this. I'm talking about Des Horn. I'm talking about Erucus Blumeris. I'm talking about Andre Thorburn. They put out some nice cases, but I think Hennie du Plesis kind of pretty much beat them out with this one. I mean, the knife is so small, and the case is like, my God, that thing's absolutely beautiful. You also get a cloth with the knife as well. So, yeah, you get this as well. So, back to the knife. We're going to do some size comparisons here in a couple of seconds. But I wanted to reintroduce you to the specs on it. Picked this one up at the Blade Gallery. The knife is made by Hennie Plesis. Once again, this is a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. You will never see another one like it ever again. We are looking at a total length of 6.5 inches. The blade thickness is near the bolster and midpoint 0.12 inches, and blade thickness at midpoint is near the tip is 0.5. The shipment weight on this knife is 10 ounces, and the item weight is 4.2 ounces. So the blade is a hand-ground syringe. I guess it's Gysin pattern stainless Damascus forged. We also have, again, the heat-treated colored Damascus. I mean, this thing is just absolutely... Let me get everything out of the way here so all you see is the knife. This thing is just absolutely spectacular. Just a beautiful, beautiful little knife. The size is small, but I love the shape. I love the way it looks. I love the action. I love everything about the knife. The materials he picked were just absolutely gorgeous. Damascus and marble carbon fiber is always a nice combination on a knife, no matter what the size is. And speaking of size, let's do that right now with some knives that you guys might be familiar with. I didn't bring out too many of them. In fact, I only brought out 3. But here it is up against the Benchmade Anthem, another one of my favorite production folders. Long gone, no longer existing. In fact, this one also has a piece of Damascus on there, for, nice little eye candy there. The pocket clip on this one was made by Adam Purvis, who now makes knives at Adam Purvis Knives. So if you want to check him out, man, check out his knives too. So there it is up against the Benchmade Anthem. So you can see it's a small knife. Putting it up against another small knife. How about the Benchmade, Bug Out, Mini Bug Out. Thank God I remember that. Benchmade Mini Bug Out, so that's kind of small. And then the long gone Zero Tolerance 900. So there are some knives out there that are around the same size as the Rocket here. Small knives, most people, pretty much you can take them or leave them. A lot of us like bigger knives. Myself, I am a fan of all size of knives. I don't really particularly have a preference. As long as the knife is, looks beautiful, like this one we have in front of us. I don't really have a problem with size. I'm very open. I'm not too picky about my knives. And how I like them. So, Hennie Plesis, like I said, he's kind of new in the South African world. He's only been making knives for about 8 years professionally. And in that short a time, he has really kind of set the bar for himself, because he is really learning very, very quickly what his capabilities are as a knife maker. And I really believe that this piece is just the beginning of what we're going to see. I am currently having a large version of this knife made by Hennie Plesis. The composition of that knife is going to really be something, because we've got ivory handles on that one. It's going to be a bigger version of the knife, probably at least, I'm going to say at least a 3.1 inch blade will be on it. It's a much larger Rocket. But yeah, it's going to have ivory handles and Damascus bolsters once again. Another full dress piece with red, with the blue dragon steel on it instead of the Damascus on here. I just really love this guy's work. I really want to see him elevate more into the knife world. Right now, his knives are, if you guys have any, I don't like to talk about prices when it comes to custom knives, but if any of you guys are into custom knives, you can get his knives for a fairly, I don't want to say cheap because they're not cheap, but you can get them for a good enough price. in the custom world, it would be considered a lot lower than most customs as far as prices go. Um, I just think just because now he's getting into the experimentation and he's not getting very much promotion, you can pick up one of his knives with premium materials like this, which is my point. Um, God, that Damascus backspacer is really pretty too. So, yeah, you can pretty much pick up one of his knives. For a really good custom price. I think that's what I really want to say. And, of course, for what you're getting, I mean, my God. I know it's only a case, but damn, I've never seen one like this. This thing is ridiculous. He's trying to do, every knife maker tries to do whatever they can to stand out. I think this is probably, what he wants to do to be remembered. You can see his logo right there. It's just a great... a great promotional tool for him. I hope it's not, and obviously he's spent some serious money on getting cases like that, but it gets his name out there, and we want to see more work from this guy, because if this is just the beginning of what he can do, who knows where he's going to be, say, another 8 years from now. He is not a young knife maker, by the way. This guy, I believe he's like in his late 50s. Started knife making kind of late in his career. I just really forgot what it was that he used to do for a living, but he was not always a knife maker. So, if you're looking to get your first custom, check out this guy's work. You always want to get the knife makers when they're just at their peak, because their prices haven't gone like Thorburn or like Des Horn or like Erucus Plumeris or any of the very well-known knife makers that are well-established these days. And people are willing to pay, the ridiculous prices that they will pay to get their knives. Hennie du Plesis is not quite there yet. He still wants to introduce himself to the public. So you're probably going to see more experimental knives like this for really good prices, is my point. So there you have it, the Hennie du Plesis Rocket. You can check this out on his Instagram page. You can check him out at Billet to Blade. There you go. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to redo this video again because you may have seen this one, but you couldn't really look at the knife as well as you can here because the lighting is so much better. So I do apologize for that. I mean, now that you can see this knife in all its glory, I just thought, Hennie du Plesis deserved to have a really good-looking review video of his work and what he's capable of. And maybe if any of you people out there are looking to get your first custom knife, you may want to check out this guy, especially if you're looking into the South African genre, because that's pretty much what my channel is all about. I do have 40 South African knives. If you check out my channel here at Knife of the Party, you can check out any video that I have. You'll see how vast my collection is. And it is still growing. I promise you it's still growing. So this is Omar, your Knife of the Party guy, signing off. Hoping you'll find Hennie du Plesis in your collection someday. He's a really cool dude. You can check him out on Instagram. Talk with him. You can ask him about his prices. I really don't like to discuss prices on my channel, but if you wanna, send me a message on my YouTube channel, I will tell you how much I paid for this knife. No problem. I just don't want to do it publicly. But yeah, you can ask me any question you want. Please comment on any of these videos. I'm starting to get comments, but not as many as I would like. I want to try and keep this channel active because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on knives. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. This is Omar, your Knife of the Party guy, closing out with the Hennie du Plesis Rocket. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a fantastic evening.